Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra, and if you're brand new here, I want to welcome you, and don't be afraid to ever make a comment or give a thumbs up, or please don't give thumbs down. Some people do, you know. Anyway, and you can always subscribe too if you like, but I've got an open collab here I'm going to do today. People that know me, if you're not new here, this is what we're doing again. It's Monday, and it's an open collab called Color and Create with Us You Rock Art, and it's hosted at Rosemary's You Rock Art. So everything that I wrote here, the hashtag and the @ you just want to share that if you decide to do it. You can color anything you like, but we're working out of a book right now, and this is the one. I think there are 4 pages left or something like that. Wasn't going to do this because I wasn't feeling the love. I was not feeling the love for this. We got cinnamon, star anise, and these are cloves. Cloves seem to be a problem. It's probably because they're big. I mean, they look like weapons. These are those little bitty hard things that you might have seen your grandmother or your mother, I'm both, poke into a ham when they cook it, and it gives flavor. Anytime that you make an aromatic Christmas dessert, you're often going to have cinnamon, star anise, and or cloves. So I'm going to color, and then I'm going to show you what everything looks like in the real life. All right, I'm back. So I did this in a real hurry because it's already 7:05 p.m. On the West Coast because I'm in Washington State. So I'm sure anybody else is already done that's going to do it. I wanted to do it because I just set myself up with a bad attitude because I thought it was silly that everything was going to be the same color, and a lot of people didn't, care about it much or know what it was or whatever. But then I thought, oh, you know what? If it was October, I'd have been all over this, and I'd have used better colors, and I would have been excited about it. So these are the scents of autumn. I even wrote that here. The scents of autumn. However, star anise, if you taste something with star anise in it, you can get it powdered, you can get it whole, or you can get it in like extract, like vanilla comes in an extract. It'll just say anise, A-N-I-S-E on it, or is it just A-N-I-S? I think it's got an E on the end. It has a rich black licorice tone to it, and if you love black licorice, you're going to be all over this. Okay. And these are cloves, as I mentioned. Cloves are something that if you've ever made something like a gingerbread house or gingerbread man, you've used cloves and you've used cinnamon and you've used ginger. I didn't get any ginger out, but I wanted to show you the rest of it in its whole form and in its powdered form. I don't have any powdered star anise. The only reason I have anise at all is to put in potpourri in the autumn. I don't like to cook with it. I haven't found anything yet. I shouldn't say I don't like to. So far, I haven't found something I enjoy cooking with star anise, and perhaps I would. I believe you find it in a lot of like Indian cooking and Middle Eastern cooking and things like that, but not so much in the house where you grew up in the United States. Maybe that's just my family. So anyway, here it is. I tried to do some different greens, like it would be in the forest, like they foraged for these things. By the way, these things come out of a flower, if I understand it right. And these things, cloves come off a flower. And then cinnamon is actually the bark off trees. And there's lots of different kinds. What I have to show you is Saigon cinnamon. And I don't know about star anise. Maybe somebody else does, but my family never used it. So there you go. I did it. I can say I did it. Yes, I can. Okay, now I'm going to show you this. All right, I'm going to show you if it'll... See how that has like these little 4 things on them? They all have that, unless they're broken, and they can break in the jar when you buy them. So there's 2 whole, and there it is in a powder form. And when you powder these, when you crush them up, you can do that at home. I have. They're dark. It's a dark, and it smells delightful. And also, like I said, we used it all the time to poke the hams. My mother would score the ham with like X's, and it's not what I'm trying to say. Like there'd be squares, lots of little squares all over the skin of the ham. and then she would push these through. And so one of the first years that I made my own ham at home, I was saying how sore my thumbs were from pushing it, because these ends are kind of sharp. Not sharp enough to make you bleed, but they're not comfortable to push hard with your thumb. My mom goes, "Did you put them in the part that you scored?" I'm like, "What?" So anyway, powdered form of cloves and whole cloves. This wasn't shown. This is a nutmeg. It looks just like a baby walnut, doesn't it? And here is nutmeg powder. Nutmeg is also used in a lot of your Christmas cookies and Christmas cakes and things like that. So the way you get the powder, and I can't find my nutmeg grater. It's tiny and I put it somewhere. Darn it. Anyway, I'll show you how you do it. Okay, now here's the thing. This is for zesting. It's not for nutmeg. The one I have for nutmeg is like this big. I'm going to go ahead and do it though and see if it works. And that's how you zest. Look at it, see how it's chewed up? Isn't that something? I'm going to smell it. Oh man, is it strong when it comes off the whole piece like that. That is very aromatic. Okay. And then here's the cinnamon. So cinnamon stick, like I said, is just peeled bark, and it can be in any size. Sometimes they're huge, sometimes they're light brown, sometimes they're dark brown. This one smells very good. This scent always reminds me of cinnamon toast in the morning in the winter. You know, it just yum yum. And you use powdered cinnamon in everything. I love powdered cinnamon on my, just straight, no sugar, powdered cinnamon on my cottage cheese. Cinnamon supposedly will lower your blood pressure. I believed that for years, that I could put it on my cottage cheese and put it on my toast or whatever. Well, a study was done, and you'd apparently have to eat a whole lot of cinnamon to make a difference in your blood pressure. But maybe not. Okay, last one. Star anise. I always thought these looked like, oh shoot, I already did that. Star anise, I did that. I did everything. I forgot to say, I always thought these looked like tarantulas. You know, in Oklahoma, where I was a kid. I was in Oklahoma from the time I was 7 until I was 14. Okay, so anyway, we in Oklahoma would have tarantulas. Like in the summertime, I don't know where they go in the winter because I never remember seeing them in the winter, but in the summertime, if you're driving at night, you know, like you'd gone fishing and you fished until dusk and then you're going home, you would see tarantulas on the road because they would go there because the road would be hot from the sun all day in summer. It gets really hot there. And, you know, like a lizard on a rock. They enjoy that. And so when they see the headlights, they stand up on their hind legs and lift up their front legs at you. It's bizarre. That and turtles. Turtles all over the road, too. Okay, if you got this far, I hope you consider subscribing. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. I got these out of my pantry, except this one. This goes in a different cupboard in my kitchen, and it's nothing but star anise and some older cinnamon sticks. And like I said, I don't use these for food. I use them for my potpourri in the fall. Dog is going to make me crazy. I wanted to show you. If you see them like this, it's probably going to jog your memory. Cloves. You know ground cloves. If you've been in the kitchen a while, you just haven't maybe seen them in that whole form where they look funny like. Anyway, they look like they're on the floor now. They're fine. They're fine. Anyway, you haven't seen them in their whole form. And then the whole form of nutmeg, which wasn't even mentioned. They got the cold shoulder on this page. Thank you for Rosemary from hosting this. And thank you if you all watched the whole thing. I enjoyed doing it. Take care. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.